Hello everyone, it's me, Maya, and welcome to the first video of 2016. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for this year of YouTube and BookTube and readathons, and I'm just so excited. I looked at a lot of the Goodreads, kind of searching for new books, and there are so many amazing books coming out this year, and just books in general that I want to read, so this is going to be a good year, guys. I told you guys in one of my last videos that this is going to be a good year for me, and I am so sure it will be. You may notice the new background. If you watched my nano vlogs, then it should look familiar. I'd like to say that I'm changing things up in 2016 and want a new look, but really, I just really don't feel like cleaning my room right now, so we're starting off the new year with honesty here. Today I am doing the December wrap-up and the January TBR. In December I read a total of 4 books, and that is these here. The first book I read was Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. Now, I ranted and raved over this book, so I really don't need to go into a lot of detail. I will link that review below, but it was an amazing book, so inventive, and I really enjoyed the entire experience. There were slow parts, as many people who didn't like the book will tell you, but I don't think the slow parts were that slow or were that detrimental to the entire enjoyment of the book. The next book I read was Dawn's Harbor by Kymberly. Now, I really wanted to like this book, and I probably would have liked this book, but the main character was so just likable. She was just like so grating and so self-loathing that I think, considering her history, it kind of made sense, but then it was so annoying and just so so that kind of really hurt how I liked it. But I will say that the male character, the love interest, kind of redeemed the entire book for me, because he was witty and sarcastic and all around funny. So that's the person I like. But the lady, she was annoying. She was really annoying. The third book I read was Waiting to Exhale by Terry McMillan. I gave this book a 4 stars. 4 stars. I'm not sure if it was a 3-star book, but a 4 star. But I think I was being extra nice with it because I never really realized how rare I found books that talk about the African American experience. And there were references in this book that's like, oh my god, this is my life. Oh my goodness. And I just kind of gotten used to the lack of diversity in books. And then I read this and I'm like, oh my goodness, I know people like this. This is my family, and these are people that I live with. So it's just like really interesting to see representation in literature, and not knowing that you need it until you see it. So that was very cool. The last book I read was the HalfLife Stars by Louise. Wener? It's Wener. I think I said Werner in the TBR pile. And this is another book where I just did not agree with some of what happened. The main character is named Claire, and her entire family is just so rude and jerky for no absolute reason. Because, I mean, for our standards, because I guess her character can be deemed as promiscuous, but from like my standards, it's not like she sleeps around with every guy she meets, and it's not like she's a terrible person. So they're just so rude to her and jerky and kind of like they cut her with her words. I'm just like, this is really not necessary. And of course, each character sort of redeems themselves by the end, but it doesn't help you or doesn't make you forget that they were extremely rude in the beginning. And I know sometimes the character arc or the character development, you can kind of forgive them for their beginning because of the end. But I was still looking at it like, they are so rude. Why are they so rude? But I definitely loved Claire the best out of all the characters, and I I guess the book as a whole was a little confusing at points because the dialogue was kind of didn't tell you who was saying what. Especially, I think it's kind of confusing because sometimes you don't need to know who's saying what each time. But I think when you're starting off the conversation, it does help. So I kind of had to guess who said what, and then I had to reread a couple of parts that I didn't really feel like rereading. So I probably would have changed that a little bit. Next, we're going to my TBR for January. Now, usually I don't do TBRs, but I decided to change things a little bit differently in 2016. And I want to do just like kind of shake things up for you guys. The first book on my TBR for January is Undercover by Danielle Steele. This is one of her newer books. And when I say one of her newer books, she has at least 5 books a year. I used to want to have a career like her, but like it just feels so tiring. And I think I do want to do a entire video on her in the new year because I think I just appreciate her career and how she just kind of sticks to it. So expect that video eventually. I would say soon, but there's a lot of like, as you can see, there's a lot of books and stuff that I want to do first. So I would go into Undercover, but I don't really remember everything that it's about, but it is Danielle Steele. So as any Danielle Steele book, the fact that her name is on it is why I'm reading it. The next book I want to read is The Paradox of Vertical Flight by Emil Ostrovski. This one is about this guy whose ex-girlfriend tells him she's pregnant, and then they take the baby to see his grandmother. I'm not explaining that right. This is one of the books from the TBR pile that I really wanted to get to, and I got it from Book Outlet. So it's like a road trip book. I think that's the basis of this book, and that's pretty much all I need to know. And a lot of these books in my pile that were in my TBR pile, and also some of these books are from the Book Riot's Read Harder Challenge. I'm participating in that this year, and some of these books kind of apply to that challenge. So one of the first books is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathon Safran Foer. This is a book that goes with the read a book that has been adapted into a movie and then watch the movie. I'm not sure if this is going to be the main book I read for that category. I'm going to have a link to the Read Harder Challenge, and I'm going to do a separate video about my book illusions or my bookish goals for 2016, and I'm going to talk into more detail about the Read Harder Challenge. The next book, not a book, it's a play, and it's found in Literature Anthology by lots of people. You see how loose it is. This is a book that I've had since my freshman year of college, and this was our textbook. I was an English major, and I have an English degree. So I'm going to be reading The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Willians. And I think there are 2 more books. I must consult my notebook because I do not have them with me. There are a couple of books that I need to put on hold at the library. So the first book is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Paige. And that book I'm reading with MochaGirlsRead. And I'll link their website below. The next book is All the Light We Cannot See. And I believe that one goes under read or listen to an audiobook that won an Audie. So I think that's one of their Audible awards or something like that. I am not really sure. But of the books that won, this one looked the most interesting. So let me listen to that. Because I have a lot of metro rides in my future, or just rides in general in my future. So I think that'll be a good book for me to listen to. So I have that one on hold the library, and I can't wait to get it. Because I'm kind of a little bit excited about that one. And I think that's all the books for January that I want to read. So that's 6 books in total. A lot of the some of them are shorter, like The Paradox of Vertical Flight is definitely a shorter one, and also The Glass Menagerie looks kind of short. So hopefully I wasn't being way too ambitious with this TBR. But of course, like always, if I don't finish it, it'll just go on to my next month. It's not a big deal. With the Read Harder challenges, there are 24 categories to choose from, and kind of look through that, but we're not going to get into that now. It's going to be very exciting for the new year, kind of expanding my scope of reading, and I just can't wait to kind of share all the books I read and just have a good reading year. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you'd like more of these videos, you know what to do. If you're new, please subscribe. If you've been here for a while, please like these videos and share them with your friends. And I just hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.